A remarkable journey from rebellion to repentance unfolds in 2 Chronicles chapter 33, as Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, becomes king of Judah. His reign begins with shocking wickedness, yet later reveals that even a deeply sinful life can be transformed when a person humbles themselves and returns to God. Manasseh is 12 years old when he becomes king, and he reigns in Jerusalem for 55 years. Unlike his father Hezekiah, he does what is evil in the sight of the Lord, copying the detestable practices of the nations God had driven out before Israel. He rebuilds the high places his father had destroyed, erects altars to the Baals, and makes Asherah poles. He worships the sun, moon, and stars, and serves them. Even inside the temple of the Lord, the place where God had chosen to put his name, Manasseh builds altars to foreign gods. In both temple courtyards, he constructs altars for the heavenly bodies. He sacrifices his own children in the fire in the valley of Ben Hinnom, and practices sorcery, divination, witchcraft, and consultation with mediums and spiritists. He also places a carved idol inside God's temple. Through these actions, Manasseh leads Judah and the people of Jerusalem further into sin than the nations the Lord had previously destroyed. The king does not merely make private mistakes. His influence encourages an entire nation to rebel against God. The Lord speaks to Manasseh and his people, warning them to turn back, but they refuse to listen. As a result, God brings the commanders of the Assyrian army against Judah. They capture Manasseh, place a hook in his nose, bind him with bronze chains, and take him away to Babylon. The king who once ruled with pride is now humiliated and powerless in a foreign land. Yet it is there, in his deepest distress, that his heart begins to change. Manasseh seeks the favor of the Lord his God. He humbles himself greatly before the God of his ancestors and prays for mercy. God hears his cry, is moved by his plea, and brings him back to Jerusalem and restores him to his kingdom. Through this experience, Manasseh finally recognizes that the Lord alone is God. After returning, his actions begin to reflect genuine repentance. He strengthens Jerusalem's outer wall, raising it to a great height around the city of David, west of the Gihon Spring, through the valley and as far as the Fish Gate. He also stations military commanders in the fortified cities of Judah. More importantly, he removes the foreign gods and the idol from the temple. He tears down the altars he had built on the Temple Hill and throughout Jerusalem and throws them outside the city. Manasseh then restores the altar of the Lord, offering fellowship offerings and thank offerings upon it. He commands Judah to serve the Lord, the God of Israel. The people still sacrifice at the high places, but now their sacrifices are directed toward the Lord. The other events of Manasseh's reign, including his prayer, the words spoken to him by the seers, and the record of his repentance are preserved in the historical writings. When he dies, he is buried at his palace, and his son Amon succeeds him. Amon is 22 years old when he becomes king, and he reigns for only 2 years. He repeats the evil practices of his father's earlier life, worshipping the idols Manasseh had made. But unlike his father, Amon never humbles himself before the Lord. Instead, he becomes increasingly guilty. Eventually, Amon's officials conspire against him and assassinate him in his palace. The people of the land then execute those responsible and make his son Josiah king in his place. This chapter reveals both the seriousness of sin and the extraordinary reach of God's mercy. Manasseh had led Judah into terrible evil, yet when he genuinely humbled himself, God heard and restored him. His story reminds us that repentance is more than regret. It produces visible change. No one is beyond God's mercy, but every person must choose humility for themselves. The narrative moves into 2 Chronicles chapter 34, where the young King Josiah seeks the Lord, destroys idolatry throughout the land, and begins repairing the temple. During the work, the book of the law is discovered, bringing conviction and renewed commitment to Judah.